Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers. When we last left off, I had essentially finished I had finished the basic structure of the hangar here, which was built, you know, to be functional. There really wasn't much to it. Basically built as part of the foundation of our space station. So right now it's just a hangar floating in space. This space station will be much larger at some point, but for now I wanted to kind of get it to this point. Now, what I want to do now is I really want to not fall. You can fall. But what I want to do now is kind of check out some of the other things that we can build onto our space station. There's a number of blocks to choose from. And if I hit G, you can see we've got a bunch of them here. And some of these include lights, there are weapons, there's all kinds of different things in here. And I want to see what these are all about. I may not go through all of them in this episode, but I do want to check a number of these out, especially the interior lights. I was thinking about it and I thought, you know, it's kind of, it could use some light in here, you know. It's not dark, but anyway, I do want to check out the lights. So if I actually jump back in here, you can see we've got some interior lights. So we'll go ahead and, let's see, we get rid of that. Bring this in. So let's see, we've got the light selected. So let's go ahead and I want to put some here. Oh, that destroyed the whole thing. Let's put that back. And then we'll try placing that. Oh, see? Look at that. Oh, it's all rotated on that one though. That's no good. Let's see. Is it going to show me? Yes, right there. So let's go ahead and try and rotate this thing. There we go. Gotta have it symmetrical. Cool. So let's go ahead and put some on this side. There. And there. Now, basically the way power works in this is that you just need to have a power generator. It needs to be connected to whatever you're doing, whatever you're putting down that needs to be powered. So as you recall in the episode before, we have power down in the basement below. Excuse me. And that is basically connected to the floor, which is connected to the walls, yada yada, all the way up to here. So we are good. It's a very basic way of handling power, but I think that that's pretty awesome. Don't have to get all that complex with it, you know. So let's do another light here, just because I'm gonna go light crazy. But yeah, I think that'll actually work for now. There was an exterior, was it an exterior light? What did that say? A reflector light. I have zero clues what that is. We've already done a stairs, let's see, we've done the interior wall, gravity. We haven't done a gyroscope yet. Some of this stuff is for ships, so we haven't used it yet, but I want to see what this reflector light is all about. I have no idea. So, we can place this. Let's just place it here for now. Let's see what this thing looks like. Yep, that's a thing, I guess. Can I do anything with that? Can I interact with it in any way? No. No. Okay, well, I'm not really sure what this does yet. I can maybe rotate this, face that one. Yeah, still nothing. Reflector light. Who knows? Who knows? We'll get rid of those in a bit. But, yeah, so we have those lights. Let's kind of back out here. Oh, one of the things I wanted to check out was we've been using square blocks this whole time, but they actually give you some angled blocks to work with. So let's check that out. I've got some of those here, so let's bring this guy in here. So we need to rotate that guy. Something like that. Cool. And probably can do control. Not in that direction. No thanks. We want to go this way. There we go. Cool. That's cool. I like that. So we shall do more of that. More of that, please. Something there. I think we'll only do on the sides, though. We'll leave these ends here flat. Looks kind of cool. There we go. We got to spin this guy around. Control. And control. Very cool. Oh yeah. That's pretty sweet. Now, another thing I saw in there I wanted to try as well was this guy here. Steel catwalk. Like, how does that work? Okay, so can you just put it on top? Let's try this. Let's do it here with a little half wall facing out. Kind of want to see what that's all about here. We'll just drop onto this. Okay, so it's got, yeah, and that actually prevents us from walking off. That's pretty cool. So we can do more of that. I'm cool with that up here. We'll need to get up here, right? Probably not. That's okay. And you cannot jump very high in this game. Can you jump over that? No. Well, we have jetpacks for those things. So I think we'll go ahead and drop that over here. Rotate this thing around. And then control all the way down there. Cool. Okay, well, the catwalk kind of intrigued me. I was like, what does that do? I guess you can actually just build this on the end as well. I assume you can. Something like that. Let's try this. Oh yeah, so you can actually go around things. You obviously would have an opening. That's okay. We're actually going to get rid of this stuff. Yes. Okay, well, I think it's about time we get started on our very first ship, and it will be a small one. So, according to the tutorial that I saw, there is a base kind of set of materials you need in order to build a ship, and I've got those selected down at the bottom. 1 through 6 down there. So we're going to jump in here and we'll choose a small ship. Now that's going to set a block out here. We can see this thing floating. And according to the developer in the tutorial, he said what he usually does is starts with a cockpit and attaches it to that block. So we're going to go ahead and do that like so. And I'm pretty much going to kind of build this in the way I recall from the tutorial. So he did these armor blocks here. I'm going to do control and kind of go. He even did them kind of front facing like this. That didn't work. Okay, I couldn't put that on there for some reason. Can't build onto you there. Oh, I probably have to come from this. That would make sense. So we'll go ahead and do just that. I'm actually just going to fill this whole back spot. Okay. Something like this out the front. I was reading in the community hub for the game on Steam, people making suggestions, and one of them was to have some kind of symmetrical mode, which I've always kind of referred to as mirroring. So what you build on one side will be reflected on the other, and you could set the mirror along like an X or Y axis, stuff like that. You see it in my Planet Explorers video when they get into the crafting guns, swords, or vehicles. There's a mirroring you can turn on, and that's pretty sweet. It makes things a lot easier. But maybe that's something they will have at some point in here. It would be pretty awesome. So let's see, we've got kind of, this is the base. Now we have the cockpit, we've got some of the armor stuff. What we want to do is, I'm going to build off the back of this a bit. Kind of a little bit of a platform. Like so. And then we want, let's see, a reactor. This just takes a small reactor. And we want the gyroscope. Okay. And then thrusters. Now, as it says in the tutorial, you need thrusters facing in all directions. But you don't need them, you don't have to have them. But you won't be able to turn in certain directions if you don't have them. So I'm going to go ahead and say we need them. We pretty much need them. Let's do the back facing that way again. So we've got some front facing. And we'll do these rear facing. And let's see, we will do this one right, this one left, and then I don't think it matters. Let's see, so we can do one up, and then we can do one down. Can you just place it there? No. I could put it down below. Let me think about how I want to do this. Let's do this way. I know it totally doesn't make sense, but I saw in another video as well. They had thrusters in all directions, like deep in the interior of a large ship. So I was like, well, apparently that does not matter. It doesn't matter that they don't kind of face out into the open. And if that's the case, I'm cool with that. And we'll just do something like that. So if I get in here, in fact, we'll go first person here. So there you can see we've got that one highlighted red there, facing down, this guy up. We have the left, right, front to back. So we should be good. We do want landing gear. That'll be next on the agenda. And we'll do here. We'll probably just do a couple of these. As they did in the tutorial video, they just had 3 like so. And I think we should be set. Cockpit, right? We did the reactor. We have the thrusters. We do have the gyroscope. We did get the gyroscope, right? We did get the gyroscope. I think that's it right there. Yes, that is it. So we're good. Now at this point we just need to jump in. And to do that we just need to interact with the cockpit once it's highlighted. With T. There we go. So I can kind of rotate right, up, down. And we can do this view back here as well. Although that's pretty obstructed. So let's go ahead and try to bring this thing in. Let's get this thing docked. Strafe over this way, rotate us around. I suppose we can do maybe a fly around here. Let's see how fast this thing goes. And if I hold Alt, you can free look while you're inside the ship too. So that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and do a loop around this thing here. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll go back inside the cockpit. No weapon selected. I didn't mean to hit that. Wow, we got away from ourselves here. Oh, my view got all turned around. That's not what I wanted. There we go. It's like I looked left and then I got stuck that way. Okay, so there is our sad little hangar. We definitely need to add on to this thing. Let's go ahead and see if we can park this thing without causing too much damage. And like I said, if you haven't seen anything about this game, things are destructible. You can certainly crash your ship and cause damage, lose your blocks, and have to rebuild. So let's go ahead and guide this in here. We want to go down. Let's see if we can get this thing landed and then take a peek at it inside the hangar. Something like that. And we'll just drop this straight down. Was that too fast? I hope not. T, we're gonna hop out. There we go. There's our little ship. It seems to be sitting sideways a bit. That's cool though. Let's kill our jetpack. I want to see if I can push this. Yes, I can. Stop pushing me. Well, I don't know why it wants to sit on its side. I probably needed to like rotate it maybe when I landed it. I wonder if I can just do that real quick here. Something like that. A little bit more maybe. Okay, yes, we're a little bit more flat. So that's pretty cool. I think you can turn the thrusters off. I seem to recall seeing something about controls where you could flip things on and off. So that's entirely possible that we could turn those off and maybe it'll remain a bit more stationary. But pretty cool. Our very first ship. Our very first, very small ship. It gets us around. It gets the job done. Okay, well I was about to go work on some more stuff with the hangar, but I thought, you know what? No, we need to crash this thing. That has to happen. I can't just not crash this, right? I mean, that's what this is all about. So let's kind of back out here a bit. We're going to rotate around. And we're just going to kind of crash into the inside of our hangar. Sounds about right to me. And we'll do this inside the cockpit view. So we'll back this up so we can maybe get some speed going here. Alright, let's do this. Let's just fly this straight in. Right into that kind of back corner back there and see what happens. Something like this. Okay, we probably could have crashed that a little bit better. Let's see. Let's take a peek. So we just lost, what, a couple... Actually, yeah, 1 or 2 blocks off the front. Looks like the landing gear is still intact, so that really wasn't much of a crash. I think we can do better than that. Let's really get out here a ways. So in the quick start worlds that I saw, like if you look in the tutorial and they show some of those, There's actually some big asteroids like right nearby, and in fact they built their stations attached to these asteroids in this empty world. They weren't joking. He says, well, it is what it is, it's empty, or something like that. And they're not kidding, it really is empty out here. I'm imagining you probably can't get to any of that rock material, none of the other asteroids or anything, so it might be kind of cool to actually start with one of those quick start ones, because there's actually material you could kind of build around, which I thought might be pretty sweet. Alright, we're building up our speed here. We're probably just going to crash into the wall or something, but let's see. Try to turn this in here. Okay, that I think was a little bit better. Cool, we're going to rotate this. We'll actually try to set it down flat so we can inspect the damage a bit here. We'll just go ahead and slam this down. Smack. Okay, let's see here. So what do? We lost one piece of landing gear. Man, that might have been it. I guess that was absolutely it. That wasn't as bad as it looked. I took the small ship out into space to kind of repair it. I wanted to get a good angle underneath it to put the landing gear back on that we lost. So that was cool. I actually had a damaged block I couldn't build onto. So I ended up deleting it and then adding a new one back on. So that was pretty interesting. And then one of the things I discovered was, in looking at the controls, you can shut off a generator. So if I and I think the best way to demonstrate this is to kind of come in and drop a little bit. So if I'm coming in at this like angle where I'm coming down and I hit Y and kill the generator, we keep our momentum. As you would imagine it would go in space, it will just keep going. So anyway, now we've hit, and so it's bouncing off it, and you see it's going to just continue to rotate. I have zero control right now until we turn this back on, and then I can rotate this, which is pretty sweet. Now, what ended up happening here was I thought, oh, okay, cool, I'm going to booster this flat to the ground. I'm going to kill the power and step out of it. Awesome. It's totally powered off and parked. The thing is, as you would imagine would be the case, if I bump this, it's actually going to keep going. So we can actually fully knock this out of the hangar accidentally. I could be running through here in a hurry, and that could even lead to damaging this thing. So we don't really want to do that. Let's see if I can get in the hangar here. I have to, or into the cockpit rather. Here we go. And we'll turn the power on, so now we have control. There we go. So what I'm thinking is going to be the best thing to do is just kind of boost down, flatten this thing out, and then step out of it. Just like that. Because as long as it's got its thrusters and everything on, I can bump it, but you'll see it moves a little bit and stops. So that's a lot better than it floating out into space. So I think that's how we're going to roll with that. Now, I think that one of the next things we're going to end up doing is building another small ship, but it will be a bit larger than that one. Of course, I want to extend the hangar and get some other buildings and everything. I think that'll be pretty cool, and I may even do that next. Let's actually fly out here and kind of look at this. So these kind of go in and out, and what I'm imagining might be cool is to maybe build the hangar out even further out here to the left, and then have the points of this entire station go out to the right and to the left, and have nothing come this way or the other direction. So these guys have kind of a clear flight path in and out, and then we build out at the different ends here, off of the ends rather. So anyway, I think we may do that. In fact, if I cruise over here. Let's see, we want to bring that up. I think it's tab 1. Excellent. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead, and I'm going to actually start this by just choosing a block here and just extending this just out a ways. Something like that. I think it's cool, it gives you a count. I'm not sure if I noticed that before, but it's pretty awesome. So I just want to get a visual. So that right there is about the width that we currently have going on. It might be a block or two longer, so that's kind of cool. And I could build, like I said, another hangar. In fact, I might do one more that's the same height and everything as these guys, except maybe twice as wide, so I could have a small ship that has really wide, like wider wings or something. That might be kind of awesome. Yeah, I think we might do that. And of course I talked about not building out from this edge, you know, out into here because we blocked the flight path, but we have 3 dimensions. We can build on top of this and then out in this direction and not necessarily block that flight path in. Oh, there's so much we could do, so much. So anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're going to extend this platform. Basically, as wide as this platform is, we're going to extend it all the way out here, and then we'll kind of consider things from there. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so you can kind of see what I was thinking here. Essentially, wanted a very wide open hangar area. So this one has the same height and everything, and similar ends as well, just much more open. And yeah, I think it came out pretty cool. Excuse me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop into the air and back out a bit. So you can see we've got this wide platform going here, and wide, long and narrow, wide and yeah, something along those lines. So anyway, now we can actually get a small ship in here that's actually kind of wide, maybe with, you know, maybe with some wingspan. Might be kind of cool. So that's definitely on the agenda, but I also want to make sure that we've got everything powered appropriately. So I don't know if they have any kind of distance limits, so I kind of want to test that. Let's see, let's go ahead and bring in the lights again. It's always a good place to start, right? We want to see if these actually work as they should. Stick those there. So these are lit, so we're still good. And maybe there will be some kind of limit to this at some point down the road. Maybe right now it just doesn't matter as long as it touches, but at some point down the road it could be that only after X amount of blocks does that power kind of work for you. So anyway, I think that works pretty good for now. Let's hop back out here. So we still have a long bit of platform here to work with. I don't think I really need to do any more of this hangar stuff though. Now, one of the things I was thinking about doing was building a space station that, and again, we're in 3 dimensions, so it may not make a whole lot of sense, but it's essentially maybe from here, just goes straight up and down, kind of like a long column. And I think you'll know what I mean, kind of what I'm getting at. You know, you've got those cylindrical kind of stations that are really tall and skinny, and then they have these kind of things sticking out, these kind of wings sticking out. They look like a satellite essentially, but really big. I'm kind of thinking that might be cool. So this might be the point that we do that. Kind of this area here could be the base, and it extends down and up pretty far. So I might get going on that here in the near future. And this is where things get, like, I really like having things symmetrical though. And if I build that up, I would like to have exactly what I have here reflected on the other side of this, essentially what will be a very tall tower. But knowing that they don't have those tools, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to go try and match that. So I'm going to have to try to turn that off in my brain when playing this game and try not to worry about the things being symmetrical. But that's cool. I think we can do that. I'm not that bent out of shape over it. So let's go ahead and kind of rotate, just because this seems like it might be kind of cool to get a different view here. So we have that kind of the basement down there, and now it seems really kind of clunky. Like it's just hanging out down there. Like I maybe at least need to extend it all the way down. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we're gonna get ready to get get ready to get flying. Get ready to get started on making that ship. Now obviously I wanted to do another small ship over here as well that was just slightly bigger. So anyway, and I wanted to play around with the weapons and see if we could get weapons on it. So I think that's next on the agenda, and maybe that's what we'll do next time, is get this guy started, see what kind of things we can add to it, give it some kind of different look, maybe even color it. Yes, maybe we color the hangar the same color as the ship. Maybe that's something we can do. Anyway, that's all stuff we'll investigate next time in episode 3. So thanks for watching this one, episode 2. I really appreciate it. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you are playing this game, if you've played it, tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you've been building, what you think is awesome. If you haven't played it, but but you have an idea for something you'd like to see me do in here, definitely let me know. I've got a ton of ideas, lots of things I want to do, but whenever you get suggestions from people, it's kind of cool. Tell you things that you would have never thought of. So anyway, looking for feedback there. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time.